At -71 degrees Celsius, where breath turns into crystals before it leaves the mouth, and the world feels frozen in time, survival is not a choice, but a daily battle. In the farthest reaches of Yakutia, an entire village waited for food while the sun barely touched the horizon. The cold had silenced rivers, locked the land in iron, and pushed people to the edge of endurance. In this frozen isolation, a small group of villagers made a decision that would test not only their strength, but their spirit. They would hunt, not for themselves alone, but to feed everyone. 7,000 kilograms of sheep meat and massive fish beneath meters of ice stood between life and starvation, and failure was not an option. The journey began before dawn, though dawn and night felt the same in that endless white silence. Their faces were rapt, eyes sharp, hearts heavy with responsibility. Every step through the snow drained energy. Every gust of wind felt like knives against the skin. At -71 degrees Celsius, machines fail. Fingers numb in seconds, and a single mistake can cost a life. Yet they moved forward, driven by something stronger than fear, the knowledge that children, elders, and families were counting on them. Hunger does something powerful to human will. It strips away excuses and reveals purpose. The sheep were scattered across frozen plains, surviving against odds that few outsiders could imagine. Approaching them required patience and respect, because in Yakutia, nothing is wasted and nothing is taken lightly. The hunt was not about dominance, but balance. When the first sheep fell, there was no celebration, only gratitude. Steam rose briefly into the frozen air before disappearing, as if nature itself acknowledged the exchange. Piece by piece, the work continued, muscles burning, backs aching, until the weight of their effort became clear. Thousands of kilograms that meant warmth, strength, and days of survival for the village. But the hunt was only half the battle. Beneath thick ice, rivers still lived, dark and moving, hiding giant fish that had fed generations before. Cutting through ice that felt harder than stone demanded relentless effort. Axes struck again and again, echoing across the empty land. Hands shook, not from fear, but from exhaustion and cold. When the ice finally broke and the water revealed itself, hope surged. The first massive fish emerged slowly, heavy and powerful, a symbol that even in the harshest conditions, life persists. Each catch felt like a victory not just over nature, but over despair. Transporting the food back was a trial of its own. Sleds creaked under the weight, paths disappeared under blowing snow, and time felt stretched thin. Yet no one complained. In that silence, everyone understood the mission. Every kilogram mattered. Every step was a promise. When the village finally appeared on the horizon, smoke rising gently into the pale sky, strength returned to tired legs. Children ran out first, their laughter breaking the stillness, followed by elders whose eyes reflected both relief and pride. The feast was not loud or extravagant. It was warm hands sharing food, quiet smiles, and tears that froze before they fell. Fires burned brighter that night, not just because of the meat, but because of what it represented: unity, sacrifice, and resilience. In a place where the world seems unforgiving, the people proved that survival is built on community. No one ate alone. No one was forgotten. This story is not just about extreme cold or massive hunts. It is about responsibility beyond the self. It is about standing up when conditions say you should give up. Yakutia teaches a powerful lesson. When life pushes you into the coldest moments, warmth is created by courage, teamwork, and purpose. You may not face -71 degrees Celsius temperatures, but everyone faces seasons where hope feels frozen. And in those moments, remember this: strength is not found in comfort, but in action. When you choose to move forward for something bigger than yourself, you don't just survive, you inspire.